Hey folks, it's me again. I asked if anyone wanted to see a video of me today. He said yes, so here I am. Just chilling. There's airplanes flying overhead. There's always an airplane. Come on. Not even that close to the airport. Come on. Cut me a break here. Oh, also rocking the Young Bucks, what do you call it? The Super Kick Fiesta t-shirt that my brother got me for my birthday. He's a big dork and I'm a big dork. We both love wrestling, and again, thanks to Jose for that. It's funny because I'm sort of at a loss to what to say, because you have so many other people who are doing such an incredible job at articulating the situation. Last night's live stream with Chris Hansen and Ayala, that was perfect. And of course, just wanted to congratulate them both, especially Ayala. She did an excellent job. You did an excellent job at stating your case, at telling the truth, and there's nothing wrong about that. Yeah, it's like, it gets to a point where I feel like, what more I be could I be able to contribute? Would I be able to contribute to the situation that would help out in any way? Only thing I can say and do is just continue saying that to the ladies that have been affected by Onision, who have been affected by Gregory Jackson and his spouse Kai, that you have my support. You're very brave for coming out, that you have nothing to fear. We've got your back. And of course, I'm glad to see that Patreon took action. YouTube, you need to step up. Susan Wojcicki, you're acting like a wimp. You're passing the buck over to middle management. Chris Hansen came to you. He came to the head of the company. He asked for you to state your case as to why you would continue to allow a scumbag like Greg to continue using your platform, abusing it, harming people, drawing in innocent underage teenage girls via this platform. And she's just like, oh well, you need to talk to this guy over in media relations. I don't handle that kind of question. Like, no, come on. You're in charge. You're the one making the final call. He came to you. And I understand that folks don't really maybe get into why I like pro wrestling or anything, but there's one thing that I've actually learned is the head of World Wrestling Entertainment, Vince McMahon. He is the head of a multi-million-dollar corporation, and at the end of the day, any sort of decision that comes down, he takes full responsibility for it. If it's a good decision, he deserves all the credit. If it's a bad decision, then he deserves all the blame, because he takes ownership. And it's dumb and it's weird, and I get it, like, why are you talking about this guy? Because, Susan Wojcicki, you ought to be taking notes. You ought to be taking notes and dealing with this situation like a grown-up, like an executive who takes responsibility, by continuing to say nothing about Greg Jackson. You are continuing to validate him on a daily basis. Every day you don't take action is another day that you are failing the people in this platform. It's another day that you are failing the victims of Onision. It is another day that you are failing as a human being. Because no right-minded human being, especially if they're in a position of power, would dare allow someone who is abusing their platform flagrantly, publicly, obviously, and just twiddle your thumbs at it. I don't see nothing. Oh, squirrel. No. I'm trying to keep this to a point, so I'll try and paraphrase for now. Not only do I feel bad that YouTube isn't taking ownership on this, I'm also feeling bad for what the consequences are inevitably going to be Not for Greg, because he's got everything coming to him and he deserves every bit of it. Not even for Kai. You know, people make the argument, oh, they're a victim. Oh, they're abused by Onision, and they were manipulated and groomed as well. Like, yeah, but there comes a point where you can't play the victim anymore. Kai is crying. I'm sorry, but you can take those tears, you know, cry me a river, build me a bridge, and get over it. But the ones I really feel bad for are the children. I'll explain why. I'm a father too. Like, my wife and I, we have a 10-year-old kid of our own, and he has days where he acts like a little hellion, and I will not deny that. And there are also days where he's just too innocent to fault for almost anything. Like, he's still at an age where he's learning and he's developing, and he relies on us to teach him, to guide him, to discipline him, to help him form into a functioning adult. It's those years are coming, and we have to be ready for that. But what Greg and Kai have done, what they've done to underage teenage girls, what they have done to people online, to women on the internet, and to people who trusted them and who opened themselves up to them in a physical way and in an emotional way, those consequences are going to be worst on the children, because you better believe, with the FBI opening an investigation now, there's going to be charges that are going to be severe, not just for Greg, but for Kai as well. If I'm not mistaken, distribution of child pornography, if I remember correctly, comes with a 10-year sentence for each individual image, and another 10-year sentence if it's a video for each individual frame. So, give me a minute. Yes, I have a thermos full of Pepsi, I don't care. I can only imagine how many videos is that. It just, assume for a minute there's a single 1-second video, and it's at 30 frames a second. That's 300 years for 1 second of any video that Kai might be possessing, and of course subsequently with that Greg possessing as well. So they're done just with that. If there's 3 images, that's 30 years up the creek. Done. So who's going to be there for the kids? Did they consider that? Did you consider that, Greg? Did you think about them when you decided to satiate your perverted sexual fixations? Did you think about this at all? Did you plan it through? Of course not. Of course not. Neither did Kai, because they were only interested in pleasure. They were only interested in pleasing themselves. They were only interested in short-term gratification. Greg, most of all, his number one gratification is being able to control people, being able to hold it over people's heads, like, oh, I've got this on you, so if you try to say that I'm doing XYZ to you, I'll just reveal it to everyone. Like, he already doxed Billy. He got shit canned from Patreon for that, which is excellent. I'm still happy about that. And as happy as I am that he's losing his income, I'm equally sad at the fact that his children have to pay the price. So that's going to be the end of that. Greg is going down one way or another, and if Kai wants to have any illusion of trying to have any sort of leniency at all, he's got either one of two choices. He's going to either have to sell Greg out and turn on him, or he'll fold like the wet paper napkin that he is and try and defend Greg when it comes down to it, and he'll go down with him. So who's going to watch the children? Are they going to become wards of the state? Are they going to Kai's parents' house? I hope so, because at least that way they could be with their grandparents. That way they could be with people who know and care about them. Because I'll tell you right now, if they go into the foster care system, there's no turning back. They'll be scarred for life, and they don't deserve that. So, long story short, this is Wojcicki. You're behaving like a coward. Step up. Have YouTube step up. Have them take action against Onision. You did it earlier this year when the Uh-Oh Bro channel went down for 24 hours. For some reason, brought it back. For Ayala and Shiloh, for Billy, for everyone who's been affected by Onision, who's been harmed by him, Sarah, everyone, Sky, everybody, Regina. I think I got everyone's names. I apologize if I don't keep up with the names off the top of my head. I know who you are, and I've got your back no matter what. And you've got more balls on you than I could ever hope to, because this person harmed you, and you're doing what's right to make sure that he's dragged into the light and brought to justice. And as far as Greg and Kai go, I hope you're proud of yourselves. You doomed your children, and I will never respect either of you for that.